I just discovered one of the best deals in my life. It's 4 bill for this floral jewel. So just for your context, I was looking around for another floral jewel so that I could upgrade my secondary. My Nightwalker's secondary is pretty crap. So I was looking around to see what the market was like and hoping to pick up like a legendary floral jewel. So legendary potential and legendary bonus potential. But I stumbled across this. So this is a double prime attack floral jewel and it's currently sitting at 4 bill. If you guys remember, we've had a couple of unique cube sales in recent times, and that allows you to reset one line in the potential. So we have 2 prime lines here on this secondary. So if we're somehow lucky enough to unique cube this and get that 3rd line as attack, that's basically the main potential of our secondary done. The only issue with this is that the bonus potential isn't too hot. It's that epic. I ideally don't really want to roll for the bonus potential myself. But I guess if the main potential is done, I'll be pretty content with just getting like 2 lines in the bonus potential, and that'll take me very far into the game. So yeah, so this is just like an amazing item I just found. Yeah, look, this is 105 bill, and this isn't even like double prime attack. This is just a normal 3 line. But yeah, I am taking a little bit of a gamble, I guess, if I do decide to buy this. But also, you know, it's only 4 bill. It's kind of like harmless. It's not really that risky as well in the first place. So I'll also get the reward point free bonus potential cubes on my reboot account. So I was just thinking every month I'll just throw those additional cubes on this and see if it tiers up or not. And later on I can try and cube this myself to get 2 lines of attack, but I am looking to replace my secondary weapon just because it's pretty garbage compared to my weapon and emblem. So this is the last thing that I really want to replace. And yeah, this won't be impacted by the upcoming changes as well. So it's sort of going to be pretty future proof unless Nexon decides to release a secondary pitch boss item. That's the only real risk that I'll run into. But yeah, I'll just buy this for now. I think this will be a pretty good investment for when we get uni cubes. Yep, so I have about 2 months worth of reward point cubes. So I'm just going to throw my bonus one on the Princess No secondary. And then, you know, hopefully we can get a tier up. Yep, okay, that's good. If we can get a legendary, that'll be even gooder, but I don't think we'll get it. Ooh, if there was 2 lines of attack, then it would have been pretty capable. That's okay. We have something to work on at least for this. So the main potential I won't touch because obviously, but the bonus potential, whatever, like whenever I get the free bonus potential cubes, I'll just throw onto this guy. I was also looking earlier if there were any similar Princess No floral jewel sold in the past. Well, one with double prime attack lines. And surprisingly, this is the only one that has actually been in the auction house. So I think this is like, honestly, like one of the best purchases for like 4 bill. Like, I think this should have been valued a lot higher in my opinion. Like 4 bill for this is pretty much a steal. One thing I have noticed recently is that a lot of the events that Nexon gives has a lot of the bonus potential cubes and also the bright cubes as rewards. So last year I was dabbling around creating more accounts and actually redeeming those rewards on those characters and creating some pretty good flamed equips with the black flames that we also got from those events. So that's probably one of the biggest opportunities in the game at the moment. Like these days, whenever Nexon has events that give those flames and cube rewards, the value of those rewards are pretty insane. They're like probably like $100 just in rewards. But yeah, also don't go like way too ham with this. Like personally, I just tried with like 4 accounts. I wouldn't try for a lot more just because I know that making more accounts is technically against TOS. And if you make enough accounts, Nexon does flag your IP. So I'd just be sort of careful around that. But I think a lot of people have been abusing this and, you know, a lot of people try to keep it a bit low key, but this is really one of the best ways to take advantage at the moment. So if I get 2 lines of attack on the bonus potential, you know where it came from. And alternatively, you can play it safe and just sell services as well, like flame and cube services. And each account will net you like 40 bill. Remember I mentioned that the mesos value is very low in the current economy due to botters. So essentially, each NX item is worth a lot more mesos. Well, it works the other way around as well. So if an event gives 20 bright cubes and 20 bonus potential bright cubes as well, that's a value of about 90k NX. The current meso rate is about 400 points for each 100 mil mesos. So 90k NX is about 23 bill. So you can take advantage of the low meso value market at the moment by getting a lot of these cubes, and then you can sell service to other people, and you'll be netting like 23 bill per account. So I think that's a pretty good food for thought as well. But yeah, also do this at your own risk. Holy shit. I'm the biggest lucker dog in this planet. Holy shit. So I was playing on Reboot on my main computer, and on my old computer I was like, hey, I have 4 black cubes from the reward point shop from last month. Why don't we just chuck it on our gloves? So I just threw the 4 black cubes on my gloves without like, you know, I wasn't expecting anything because I was like, there's no way, right? And then, so, okay, wait, before I reveal it, before it was 8% crit damage, 10% luck, and 7% all stat. And then it went to 8% crit damage, 10% luck, 10% luck. And then the cube right after that, bro, I'm the biggest lucker dog in this planet. This is insane. Like, not only did I get the 2 crit damage lines, but also got the 10% luck as well as a third one. Like, this literally couldn't have been even more perfect. The only better line than this would be triple crit damage or double crit damage and 13% luck. This is literally the third. Oh, actually, no. You could get 10% all stat as well. So this is the 4th best glove that I could possibly have gotten. And yeah, this is insane. Holy shit. Like, I still can't believe I got this. Like, this was in the 3rd cube. Like, I don't know what's up with today. I found those 24% attack secondary in the market for 4 bill. I got this in 3 cubes. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, and I know a few of you are going to be like, hey, you know, like, why'd you even waste those black cubes on the arcane glove? You're going to replace it sometime soon. Well, actually, I'm actually not going to be replacing it anytime soon. Have you looked at the price of these guys? This is 51 bill just for a clean copy. And with the Star Force changes as well, a lot of the whales would probably be buying out all of these. So I probably likely won't be replacing those gloves for like another like 2-3 years. So being able to get these gloves, like the gloves I have here, this is insane. Like, this is literally G for 2 years. Like, I don't need to replace this anytime soon. Oh, actually, I do need to tap it to 22. That's one thing I need to do. But yeah, beside that, like, this is literally, oh, this is good. Yeah, and after the Star Force changes, I could probably get this to like 23 stars, and it might be like G to not even replace these for like another like year after that. Because honestly, I don't know what the math is specifically with the Eternal gloves, but you know, if we have 24-star arcane gloves, surely that's going to be like on par or even just a little worse than the Eternal gloves. I don't know. Someone needs to do the math, but yeah, I'm not going to like replace this anytime soon now. Like, this is going to be like the last thing I replace. Yeah, just looking at this, my gloves, oh, it's pretty comparable to this. So this is 22 stars obviously, and this is 135 bill. So yeah, my gloves, probably not 135, it's probably like closer to like 110, 120, somewhere around there. But yeah, very, very happy with this. Yeah, so this is probably like the better one, but yeah, it's okay. I don't really want to get anything more than this. Like, maybe the bonus potential, but you know, this isn't something I need to change anytime soon. Like, holy shit, those 4 black cubes got me 100 bill worth of value. And just for comparison, that 100 bill is worth like a vac pet, like a permanent vac pet essentially, because the reg server has essentially permanent vac pets, because we can revive these vac pets with these extremely cheap water of lives. So this is essentially just a free revive. But in saying that, this is probably something that people could merch as well, because it seems that these go up in price just after the events. So I think before, actually no, it doesn't go back in history that much, but 100 mil is actually extremely cheap to top up on some of these at the moment. I might just buy some of these later down the track as well. Very, very happy. Thank you, RNGesus. Thank you, Wonky. Thank you, Inkwell. Yeah, and I guess it's worth talking about like what my immediate priority is on my Bera character at the moment. When I show some of my farming gear, most of them are like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is your gear like this? Well, so this account I mostly played up to 2020, and the meta before 2020 was extremely different. So 2020 was when I started my YouTube channel, and I started a new fresh account on Bera, and then I played that series for 3 years, not really playing this account. And after that, I started a reboot account, and I've been playing that over the past 2 years. So these items are very, very old, as you can see. Like, even just a clean black bean ring without any like potential at all, it's like I think it was like 10 bill in Bera. Yeah, so these clean are like 10 bill at the moment. It's pretty insane how much these have gone up. And this ring itself, I actually bought it for like 200 mil back in the days. And there was this event, I think it was like 2012, 2013, where they gave these rings out. And these were the only fully tradable rings in Reg server. Aside from another ring called the White Sheep ring, which I'm still yet to see anyone have to this day. This item is so rare that I'd be surprised if I see anyone who has this ring. But yeah, to explain myself, this was back in a time when meso farming wasn't really a thing, and doing daily bosses was like a big source of income because of the cubes. And with the cubes, you can fund your characters all the way to like endgame at that time. And this was also at a time when a lot of the accessories were completely untradeable. So you know how now like the pitch boss equips are all tradable, like I think up to like 5 times. Well, during this period, we didn't actually even have PBs in the first place, but also the only alternatives we have were the Sweetwater equips, which were completely untradeable as well. So a player called Drexel created this meta where you could farm daily bosses on multiple characters and cash in on the cubes, and then you can upgrade your gear from there. And this was also before like Star Force was even like higher than like 10 stars in the first place. So the literal only way to progress your gear at this time was through cubes. And this was also during a time when we had the 2x cash shop drop coupons. So we had another 2x multiplier in the cash shop. I think it was like 4,000 NX for like a whole day, like 24 hours, or 1.5k NX for a 4-hour coupon. And of course, you could trade these coupons in the same cash shop characters. So, you know, Nightwalker, Dawn Warrior, Blaze Wizard, you can use all of those drop coupons between the characters. So during this time, it was really popular for people to just hunt daily bosses on multiple characters, and then they'd net like 20 cubes per character. So Drexel was able to farm like 100 cubes a day, which was like pretty nuts back in the days. But these days, even when you have max drop rate, I think like you'll only really average like 1 Meister Cube, 1 or 2 Meister Cube, and like 3 Master Cubes per character. So it's not really as viable anymore. And to the tail of my free-to-play series, I actually did start investing in tradable drop gear, because obviously in the mid-game, it's hard for players to progress upwards because of the lack of access to cubes. And in my old Sean Bob account as well, I had 8 Night Lords as well. And I was planning on doing daily bosses on them every single day. And I think when I initially started, I think I did it for like a month. I was getting like 40 cubes a day, which was pretty nuts as well. Like I was getting like 1.5 bill every single day. But yeah, and then after that, I started getting really busy with work, and I realized, wait, I'm making like $1 an hour just by doing this. Whereas, you know, when I'm working, I'm making like way more amount of money just doing something a bit more productive. So that's when I completely sacked the free-to-play series, because I was just like, this is just the biggest waste of time. I am not being economically constrained in having to play like completely free-to-play, nor do I have the time in real life to be grinding the game like 24/7 for a measly $3 per hour. So that's when like it hit me, and I just stopped doing the series. So that's the background as to why I quit that series. So as you can tell, my farming gear is very outdated. The first priority for me will be to slowly replace these equips. I am probably not going to be selling my item drop equips, because I still feel like there is going to be use for this in the future. Like there might be a meta where they might decide to bring back the cash shop 2x drop coupons. I'm coping, but you know, that's also a possibility, right? Like we never know what direction the game will take. But whatever it is, I want to future-proof myself, so I'm going to be keeping these. And I think across these tradable item drop items, I have about 140% drop, which is pretty insane. I only really need 1 set of farming gear. And every time I do, like, say, C10 or Luwil, and I have like 6 characters, I can just transfer these equips across like the characters, and then I won't really have to invest in more drop gear. So there is that kind of value to these items as well. The first thing is probably going to be the rings. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing with this 3 meso obtained lined black bean ring. I might just see what the value of it is. Like obviously there's no comparable value in the market, but I might just see. But I also don't mind holding this as well, because you know this is like basically the only one in the server. I don't think there's a single triple meso obtained black bean ring in the server. Like correct me if I'm wrong though. But yeah, at least I can replace these 3 rings with like the event rings. Like for example, even far down the track, I'll be looking to get like 22 star farming equips, so that I could actually keep pushing for levels, because I didn't realize, but it's so incredibly easy just farming on Reg server, especially as a Nightwalker. So to get to 280, all I really did was I plopped down my triple, and then with frenzy rate, and just spamming just you know, my shadow bite, and then every second I was just full clearing the map. I was getting like 55k mobs, and I was able to farm using foot pedals for just holding down shadow bite essentially. So if you've been checking my Maple ranks and you've noticed that I'm farming my Bera Nightwalker like the same days that I'm farming my bishop, it's because like I'm basically farming on 2 characters at once. I took that inspiration from the real Axe Gunner. He was a YouTuber who was famous for farming 3 accounts at the same time. And yeah, I have a similar kind of setup to him where I'm able to farm essentially 2 characters at once. And then once I get rings that I could replace these with, I can probably just sell these into the auction house for like 10 bill each. But yeah, my goal is to push to 290 as soon as I can. So at the moment, I can't actually train in Arteria because I can't 1-kill the mobs with the farming gear I have on this character. So my goal is going to be to replace these so that I could start training in Arteria and then, you know, Carcion and then Talahart later on. But yeah, I'll personally be keeping my eyes out for more farming equips, or even just 22 star accessories as well, because, you know, the reward point shop black cubes, and also the additional ways I suggested earlier in the videos of getting black cubes could be useful for getting a 22 star hybrid equip. Another floral jewel I noticed in the market is this one. It's already been up for 11 hours and it was actually up, I think, 2 days ago as well. I did see this, but also the Blaze Wizard population is very low, as you guys know. But this for 11 bill is pretty insane in my opinion as well. Like 11 bill converted to real life money through the Maple Point market. This is worth about $40. $40 for this. The legendary potential is pretty much there, and the main potential obviously needs some work, but it is 2 lines. But just for the bonus potential itself, I think this is worth more than 11 bill. But of course, there's not really any Blaze Wizards in the server, which is why this is not even selling at 11 bill. Because I think a few days ago, this was listed for 13 bill. So the lister decided to drop the price a little bit. So now it's at 11 bill. There is another item here, which is like pretty much a done 3 line, but it has no bonus potential. I think I might opt for this one instead because firstly, it's cheaper. And secondly, this is a bit more complete for my purposes. I'm probably not going to take to late game. Yeah, you never know. What if I really enjoy the class? I might switch mains, right? But nah, probably won't. This will be a pretty solid late game secondary I can use. Obviously not end game material because end game is probably going to be like double primary potential and at least 3 lines in the bonus potential. But just for my purposes, this is going to work pretty well. So I think if this drops to 10 bill, I'll be copying this and then I'll be able to use it for my Blaze Wizard. Obviously for my other Cygnus classes, the floral jewels are all tradable. So I can transfer the secondary over from my Nightwalker to the other Cygnus Knights. And yeah, due to Cygnus Knights being able to share the same secondary, I've reconsidered my Legion champion choices and I've decided to just go for a bit more Cygnus Knights. So I've decided to not make my Night Lord or Xenon in this account my Legion champions. Those were my 2 other characters with badges. But I think the benefit of having Cygnus Knights as my Legion champions, being able to trade across the secondaries and also being able to transfer my back pets, I think that value is just so much more than having characters that have legacy badges. In saying that, in the 6 Legion champions, 4 of them will be Cygnus Knights. And for the remaining 2, I've decided to go for another 2 classes that share the same cash shop inventory. But those will be the last 2 Legion champions I fund up, so I won't be revealing those classes yet. Alright guys, screw it, I just decided to buy it. Honestly, for 11 bill, this bonus potential line is pretty cracked. And I know that Blaze Wizards aren't really the most popular of classes, but still, this works for my purposes for now. So I decided that I'll just buy this. I was tossing between just a normal 3-line floral jewel or just, you know, this, but I think just for my purposes, 42% magic attack, it's quite a lot. It's quite a bucket load of damage. So yeah, I'll just buy this for 11 bill. I think that's a good buy. I've invested 11 bill into my Blaze Wizard now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like and give a comment as to what kind of content you guys want to see next. But I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.